Everyone, welcome to another edition of the Farm Down NFL podcast with me, Jim, Denver Dave, Punk Raider, and Hannah. We're here to talk about NFL, boys. And Hannah, how are we doing?
Well, since we last spoke 10 minutes ago, yeah, I'm still fine.
You're giving away the secrets.
Yeah, the movie magic is being ruined thanks to Dave.
Yeah.
Fine, Dave. Fine. We're here to talk about the picks for Week 11. Before we do that, of course, we need to go through the wrong uns that we predicted for Week 10. It was a pretty good week for everyone, to be honest. Only one game where all of us got it wrong, and that was the Saints-Falcons. We all thought the Falcons would beat the Saints, and they did not. Picking for the people, by the way, was Paul, Patriots fan Paul, so thank you very much for coming and doing that, Paul. There were two games where four of us got it wrong. Patriots-Bears. Only Paul thought that the Patriots would win, obviously, and he doubled down. So a double down win for the people. Awesome. Dave, you doubled down the Bears. So no double down for you this week.
That was a smart move, wasn't it?
Yeah. The other one where four of us got it wrong was the Dolphins-Rams. So Finn picked the Dolphins, doubled down that as well, and we all picked the Rams. I doubled down the Rams, and that has ended my 8-game double down streak. Absolutely gutted.
Even though I know the result, if I went back in time, I'd still pick the Rams.
I was watching the game going, how have they lost this game? But yeah. There were two games where three of us got it wrong. The Panthers-Giants. So Punk, Dave, and Finn picked the Giants. Paul and myself picked the Panthers. And Punk, you doubled down the Giants. You absolute fool. And then the Steelers-Commanders. What a surprise. Punk and Dave picked the Commanders. Paul picked the Commanders. Only Finn and me picked the right answer, and that was the Steelers. And there were just two island games as well. Both of them, unfortunately, were Paul for the people. He picked the Broncos to beat the Chiefs and the Buccaneers to beat the Niners. Obviously, both very close games, under 3 points between both of them. But it does mean that at the end of that week, Punk and Dave went 9-5.
That's rubbish.
Paul for the people went 10-5 with his double down, giving him an extra point. Finn went 12-3, so he wins. I went 11-3. Finn's double down made the difference there. It means in the actual official standings, that I am on 111 in the lead. Thank you. Dave, you're on 108. Finn's on 105. Punk is on 97, and the people are on 90. Official.
You've never had 100 in this game in your life.
What do you mean? What do you, Punk? Come on. I won it in 2022 with 173 points. Got 170 in 2023.
Shenanigans year where the spreadsheet.
There's no shenanigans. Any shenanigans is Dave changing picks after saying them on the pod. So
I told you, admin error.
Yeah,
it's okay. I've deleted the app now, so I don't have to make that issue.
Good. So there we go. And of course, in the double downs, I'm still on 8-2. Dave and Finn are on 4-6, and Punk and the people are now on 3-7. There we go. So that is it. That is week 10 done. We can move on to week 11. We need someone for the picks for the people, and we have someone. It's another bloody Patriots fan, but it's our favourite Patriots fan. It's Patriot Mark. How are you doing, sir?
I'm great, Jim. Good to be back.
So you've got another crawling out from under the bridge, don't they? Now they've won a couple of games.
It's always
this is our third Patriots fan this season.
Bit of glory bandwagoning, couple of games.
Well, that's the reason he's a Patriots fan in the first place.
I've actually got a box of rings. I very nearly bought them onto the show, but I didn't.
We all know that Mark started supporting them after they lost to the Bears in the Super Bowl. So
yeah, whatever. That's
we
what
can't eat. Well, that's what he says, and he's sticking to it. So thank you so much, Mark, for coming and doing the picks.
That Super Bowl.
Well, they shouldn't do really, but yeah, we're going to do the picks for week 11. There are 14 games to go through. And at some point, we've already told you about the double down situation. So if you want to fling one in, typical terms and conditions apply, obviously. But we're going to go through, hopefully, in kind of time order. So the first game of the weekend is on the Thursday night, and it is the NFC East matchup of the Washington Commanders at the Philadelphia Eagles. Mark, as the esteemed guest, who are you going for, sir?
I'm going for the Eagles. I think it's a close game, but they're at home, so we'll go with them.
Okay. One shot to the home team. Dave?
Well, where is it?
It's in
Philly.
Philadelphia.
Eagles. Yeah.
Oh, if it was in Washington, I mean, Washington's full of thieves at the moment, so I'd say that Washington are going to nick it, but I'm going to go Eagles instead.
Well, that's outrageous and incorrect in several things. So, uh, right. So you're going for Eagles as well. Hannah, how about
Political
you?
statement there, Jim.
Do you leave your politics out of this, Dave? All
No,
right.
absolutely
The,
not.
view,
We don't
the
co-sign
views of
anything
Denver
you say
Dave may not be
politically.
those of the Final Downer podcast.
I tell you
But
what,
they
it almost
but they
certainly
mostly
isn't.
are.
Hannah, who are you going for?
Yeah, Eagles. As much as I'm enjoying watching the Commanders play, it's the Eagles.
Another Eagles pick. All right. Punk, how about you?
I really want to pick the Commanders, but I think this is a series that will get split. And because it's on a short week in Philly, I'm going Eagles as well.
Wow. Okay. Well, I do have Finn's picks here as well, and Finn has gone for the Eagles. So that is an island pick for me because I'm going to go for the Commanders. I'm not as
Ooh.
cowardly and yellow as you are, Punk. I will go for the Commanders.
Nothing to do with cowardly and yellow. It's about getting
No,
the
it
pick.
sounded.
Yeah, so you think's going to win?
Well, I think the Commanders are going to win this game. I think the
Okay.
Eagles have kind of skirted a few of their games, and the Commanders are a legitimate team. You know, only very good teams beat them. So
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I'm going for what? I'm going for the Commanders in that one. All right, so we're going to move on to Sunday, and there's 8 games I think in the 6 o'clock slate. So the first one I've got here is the NFC North matchup of the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. So Punk.
Well, the Chicago Bears can't score, let alone multiple scores. So I'm going Green Bay.
Green Bay. I mean, I'm going to just shorten this actually. Is anyone willing to go for the Bears?
Nope.
Oh wow, it's absolutely a sweep then for the Packers coming off a bye. Fine. So then we'll do this again then. The Jacksonville Jaguars still no Trevor Lawrence, I believe. Yeah, he's definitely out for this game. At the Detroit Lions. Is anyone brave or foolhardy? I'm getting a lot of shaking heads.
Nope.
We're
You
gonna
could probably do
move
this
on.
for the next game as well, Minnesota versus Tennessee. Do the
That's not
same
the next
thing.
one on my list. Or according to sleeper.com. So next one I've
I'm
got
doing it
here.
off ESPN.
Oh my, don't do that. Don't
head
do
over
that.
to
Oh,
Lou.
hang on. So he was doing it off
I know.
ESPN. We were doing it off Sleeper. Now you two have switched over just
Well,
to
I did
make
it for you,
confusing.
Punk.
Yeah, I go off Sleeper. So
I'm going off sleeper. So I've got
I converted to
Raiders at
ESPN for you.
Dolphins.
Raiders at Dolphins.
Raiders at Dolphins.
You can still do the same
So-
thing.
Dave, who are you going for?
Miami. Hot streak. And Miami beat bad teams, and at the moment, because of their quarterback situation, Vegas are not a very good team.
And how? Mark, how
And
about
hot
you?
weather.
Yeah, I'm going with Dolphins again. A home team as well. Tua's back and playing pretty well. So yep, we'll go with them.
Hannah, anything
I assume
dissenting?
Tua's still in. Yes, he's not concussed, is he?
He's
Yeah,
trying
no,
his
he's
best,
fine.
but he
He's
isn't
trying his
actually.
best.
He's doing everything he can, but no, he's still not concussed at the moment.
Okay.
So, Hannah, how
Yeah,
about you?
to Dolphins. Even though I'm concerned about Tua.
Yes. Well, it's a clean sweep again. Then everyone's gone for the Dolphins, including Finn. So let's try a different one. Then let's try the LA Rams at the New England Patriots. Hannah.
What a horrible game. Sorry, Mark.
What, horrible to pick? Or horrible
Yeah.
Well, tight.
Both.
No, not that
I'm
one.
gonna
The other one.
I'm gonna say the Rams.
And with that kind of conviction, I want to see what Punk says now.
I'm also going the Rams.
Yes.
I think it will be a tighter game than probably it looks on paper. But I don't think the Rams can be as forgiving, shall we say, to another opponent as they were last week. So yeah, I think they will tighten things up a bit. I think Verse is going to cause all kinds of problems. They've got the offense, the Rams, to do damage, put points up quickly. Patriots will do all right, but they just won't put the points up quickly enough for me. So yeah, Rams.
Mark, I mean, obviously the Rams put up a massive 15 points last week at home. You've won 2 of the last 3. So what are your thoughts on this game?
Well, yeah, I mean, Well, my pick is I'm going for the Patriots. I
No,
think,
good man. Yeah,
yeah. Well, just
yeah,
spice it.
yeah,
I'm not doubling down on them. Just so we're clear.
Fair
But yeah,
enough.
I don't know. We play at home, and we seem to have a pretty good team morale. I mean, they kind of, yeah, they all seem to be fighting for each other. I mean, they certainly haven't quit.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know the Rams are coming in, but it's when did the Rams play? Was it Monday, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Monday
Yeah,
night
yeah.
against the
So yes,
Dolphins.
traveling on a shorter week. So yeah, I'm going with the Patriots.
You can't
I
travel
don't.
much
Yeah,
further, can you? Really, I suppose.
no, not really. It's the whole kind of west to east, and also, I mean, I know. I think we'll put Gonzalez on Cup, and that takes away their main threat.
Hmm.
Yeah, I am. I'm going with the Patriots, and it doesn't often let me down, but this could be the
Them's
week.
fighting words. That's fine. Dave, how about you?
I saw a film breakdown on the Rams where basically a lot of their troubles come winning the line of scrimmage with teams that play good outside zone runners, which is what the Dolphins did really, really well and
Hmm.
just dominated the clock. I don't necessarily think that the Patriots can do that. I don't think Ramondre Stevenson or Gibson, who's doing nothing in my fantasy team, have that ability to be able to exploit outside the numbers from a run game. So I'm going to go for the Rams and I'm going to double down.
Double
Oh,
down.
on our guest of all. Oh, come on, dude.
Not because of the Patriots. I mean, the Patriots for me are incredibly much better and much more versatile as a team than I gave them credit for at the beginning of the season. But yeah, I just fancy the Rams a bit.
I mean, I should quit the Rams after what they did to me last week and ending my double down streak, but I can't quit them. Not just yet. As much as I've been very impressed with the Patriots and their plucky spirit, I saw them live and they weren't that great. So
No,
I'm gonna pick the Rams. It's an
I
island
saved my
for you,
money.
Mark. Yeah. Yeah. So then we've got the Cleveland Browns at the New Orleans Saints. Cancel your subscriptions right now. Mark, who are you going for?
Saints coming for a big win at home. So they're at home rather. They're coming for a big
They
win.
are, yeah.
So yeah, and the Browns, nah. So yep, going for the Saints.
Okay. Punk.
We've had good Derek, so in theory, there should be bad Derek.
Hmm.
Is
However,
there such a good thing as good Derek?
Average Derek.
you get 1 in 32
Yeah.
with Derek. He's occasionally will have that game. But I just think the Saints are better than the Browns, to be honest. Even though they've had that ridiculous losing streak, I still think they're a better team. They've had a lot of injuries. Yeah, playing at home, I'm going Saints.
Okay. Hannah.
I am going to go for the Browns.
All right, come on,
What?
talk to us about the Browns then. Why have you done that?
Um, because I think both teams are overdue playing like good football. And I just think the Browns probably won it more. I don't really have a reason. If I'm honest, I don't really have a reason.
Just
I'm
a
just going
football
for the
cliche.
Browns.
Fair enough. They
Yeah,
want it more.
just they want it more. And now what's his face isn't quarterbacking. I'm happy to give
Derek
them a little
Watson.
bit of I'm happy to give them a little bit of a happiness. So, you know.
Hmm. All right, Dave, how about you? Because you said you would never pick a team while
And
he
I
was still
won't.
quarterbacking.
I'm picking the Saints. The main reason being
All right.
because I think with the changes that are going to be happening at the Saints in the coming weeks, months, and years,
Hmm.
every single player, I don't care who you are on that roster, is playing for a roster spot. And I think they're going to be a
Mm.
bit more hungry. It's in New Orleans. There's, they've got to impress everyone, coaches, owners, GMs, the lot, because every single person's playing for a contract. Even Alvin Kamara, who's just signed a new deal, everyone's playing for a contract. And it's that whole thing of a hungry man being more dangerous than a paid soldier. So yeah, I'm going New Orleans, and I think it'll be big as well. I think double points, double digit win.
Well, I'd love to see that.
Big win.
Big win for the Saints.
And I didn't honestly
classic.
think anyone was going to go Chicago, going to go Cleveland. So otherwise, I'd
I
have doubled down on this one.
to be honest.
You need a few double downs to go right as well, Dave. Well,
Yeah, I'm
it
all
seems
right.
like it's going to be an island for you, Hannah, because Finn and I have also picked the Saints. Terrible game, but I'm not picking the Browns if I can help it. So then we've got the Indianapolis Colts at the New York Football Jets. Dave,
Hang on. Let me get my 10
What?
pence
What?
piece because I just don't know.
Oh no, not the coin
I've
flip.
got a flip. It's worked out all right for me so far this season. Right, heads, Colts, tails, and it's heads. There you go.
What?
So
So
I'm
that's
going
Colts?
Colts. Yeah,
Okay.
it's quite like actually. I don't like picking the Jets.
I bet no one else. I know someone else doesn't like picking the Jets. So, Mark, who are you going for?
Pain Mark.
I'm going for the Jets.
No!
Don't ask me why.
No!
I just think the Jets. I mean, they're kind of in. I mean, they're not great, but they're in desperate. It's desperate for them now, is it? They have to win this one. I
Yeah.
know the Colts did quite well against the Bills, but no, I don't know. Just looked at it, thought, nah, Jets for that one. So yeah, I'm going for the Jets.
My sweet baby boy is back, and he's playing the rest of the season. The road to the offensive rookie of the year is back on. Punk.
Are they playing Anthony Richardson?
Yeah.
For
The
that
rest of the way.
exact reason,
God.
I'm going to pick the Jets.
Yeah, I'm
You
gonna change my
fool.
mind.
You fool.
I'm picking the Jets.
How
Jim,
dare you
change
pick
me.
against my
Change
sweet
me.
boy?
Look, at the end of the day, the Jets are not as terrible a team as everyone's making them out to be. They've
Oh,
already
they
beaten the Texans in the last couple of weeks. There's no reason why they can't put a half decent game back together again. Colts defense is quite good, but that offense is going nowhere. And as long as they can stifle Taylor, then they should win it. So yeah, Jets.
Hannah, how about you?
Guesses who I'm not picking. Obviously, I'm not picking the Jets. Gross.
Good
Colts.
girl. Colts. Okay. Well, Finn has gone for the Jets because Daddy Punk picked him, and I'm going for the Colts, my sweet baby boy, to learn his lesson, enjoyed his time on the bench, fully rested, and ready to smack an old man around in his own house. So then we've got what must be the game of the week, and that is the Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, Hannah, who are you going for?
Um, I'm gonna say the Ravens. Sorry, Jim.
And that's your Christmas card ripped up. Fair enough. No explanation on that one. Mark, how about you?
Um, I really, this is a tough one, but I'm going to go Ravens. I just think if Lamar and Henry kick it off, then I just think they're very tough to stop, and I'm not sure you'll put up the points to keep up with them. So going Ravens.
Okay. Dave.
I think the key battle for this is how much Baltimore stick with the run. If they stick with the run, it nullifies pass rush. And on key third downs, which they will be, making sure that they can convert, which they've done pretty well this season. And also the fact that their pass defense is terrible. Really, really not very good. But I'm going to go Baltimore, but I think it will be mega, mega close. I think it's going to be last minute field goal either way.
Punk.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous that this game is in the early window and not one of the featured games of the week. Let's get that out of the way. Second thing is, these games aren't games; they're just gang fights most of the time. So I love
like
it. I love Ravens Steelers. I think Derrick Henry is the difference maker here. I agree with everything that's been said already. I think the Ravens' pass defense is iffy, so they will look to keep the Steelers off the field as much as they can. The Steelers will pile it up against the run, but I don't think it'll make any difference. So I'm going Ravens.
Yeah, and it means that any viewers of Red Zone are not going to be able to see their team because it's just going to be focusing on nothing but this.
Exactly.
Baltimore are bottom, the 32nd in terms of pass defense, in terms of total yards, and 300 yards ahead of the nearest team. So their pass defense is really not very good.
It's not just not good; it's the anti-good.
Yes, it's terrible.
And I'm looking forward to.
Bad? Is that?
That's too soft a word, Hannah. That's too soft a word. No, I think that the Steelers are far more balanced on both sides of the ball than the Ravens. The Ravens are so lopsided now on offense that they have to be a Brazil and score 4 to only concede 3.
Football analogy.
They were
but
lucky
with the clock, they can dominate. They can with the run, they can dominate the clock.
But
run does.
It takes longer to
You'll
run a
never
touchdown
convince him,
than
so.
pass a touchdown. They were lucky to beat the Bengals. I think they've been lucky in several games this season. And in Pittsburgh, I'm taking the Steelers to win that game.
I think the Steelers have been quite lucky in some games this season as well.
Well, only 2 losses. We were unlucky. So, yeah. And it means that Finn has doubled down on the Ravens because
Double down.
I've got to have to have words with him.
Well, because he knew that you'd pick the Steelers, obviously.
Well, he knew, yeah. He knew.
So it's a banker.
You all knew I was going to pick the Steelers anyway, so that's fine. Let's go on to the next game, and that is the Minnesota Vikings at the Tennessee Titans. So, Punk.
I mean, the Vikings were horrible last week, but I don't see that repeating. Vikings win quite comfortably for me.
Okay. And Hannah.
Yeah, Vikings, I think for sure. The meme machine is back on the field, so Will Levis, so it's just going to be calamity, quite frankly, for the Titans.
Did you say the meme machine or the meat machine? Because either way, it's
Meme,
garbage.
Meme,
Oh,
meme, the meme machine.
Meme
Yeah.
machine. Okay. Mark, how about you?
Titans.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
can I double down on
Yeah,
Vikings?
no,
please?
Whoa, wait a second.
I don't know, I just having seen the Vikings, I think Darnold is starting to. It is Darnold, isn't it, for the
It
Vikings?
is Darnold still,
Yeah,
yeah.
well,
Yeah. I just think he's playing well, but he's not kind of playing the way he was earlier in the season.
Not in the last game,
I
he
think
wasn't. Jesus.
no. I mean, obviously, I kind of saw the Titans beat the Patriots a couple of weeks ago, so that's not necessarily a yardstick. But I know they lost to the Chargers this week. So,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
yeah, I just don't know. Again, a lot of it comes to home. They're at home. I know I believe they play outdoors, which the Vikings don't tend to like so much.
Nope.
So, yep, I'm going to go with the Titans.
Excellent. Dave, how about you?
Minnesota. I just really don't think Tennessee are very good. But of course, that means they're going to win this game by a plum. Because that's the way it goes.
I mean, neither of these teams are very good anymore. But the Vikings
Minnesota are.
absolutely fell off a cliff last week.
Well,
And
if
I'm going for the Titans out of these two. So I'm with Mark on this one.
Cool, I'm taking double down on the Vikings.
You can have it.
Double down.
The Vikings needed Mac Jones to win last week.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if you listened to last week's pod, Dave explained exactly how and why the Vikings have looked a bit shoddy the last couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm taking the Vikings.
Yeah, that's your first mistake, listening to me.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah. Just submit that to the Your Honor. There we go.
Yeah.
So that's the 6 o'clock slate done. On to 9:05. We've got 2 games here. The first I've got is the Atlanta Falcons at the Denver Broncos. So, Mark, who would you like to pick in this game?
I'm going with the Broncos here. They should have beaten the Chiefs. They're at home again. So, and Falcons, yeah. Again, not a disappointing week for them. I mean, really should have won that game against the Saints. On paper anyway. I think on the balance of the game, it was a fair result. But yeah, going with the Broncos.
Punk.
This is, I think, the one of 2 games this week that I'm really still undecided on. I have much respect for that Broncos defense. I can't put too much faith in what they did against the Chiefs because it's the Chiefs, it's divisional game. They always play them tough, same as we always play them tough.
Not
It's
historically, mate.
No, but it's just the rest of the NFL seems to think it's a miraculous thing when it's
No, I
actually not, you know? I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. They haven't looked great. I just don't know that the Broncos offense can do what it did last week again.
Score
It's done it a
15
couple of
points.
times.
Bloody hope so.
No, I mean Bo Nix looking so comfortable against a pass rush and so on and so forth. I think the Falcons will come in with I think the Chiefs probably underestimated what the Broncos were going to do on offense last week. And
Pushing this
I
again.
think this week the Falcons will learn from that and put a better game plan together. So I'm going Falcons.
Okay. Hannah?
I'm going Broncos and I'm doubling down.
Double down.
Because of my distaste for the Falcons.
Well,
But
yeah, there's that. Yeah.
but also, I think the Broncos are just getting stronger and stronger. Also, did you see Bo Nix's interview when one of the reporters was like, "Oh, so can you talk us through the interception?" And he went, yeah, I dropped back and threw it to the other team."
Oh, that was a few weeks ago.
It could have been any week, to be honest, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but
Give over.
yeah, I just think the Broncos are going to be hungry because they should have won against the Chiefs. And they're going to come and do it, and I'm doubling down.
Okay, Dave, should I ask you who you're going for in this game?
I'm going to go Denver, but the reason I'm going to do it is because of the defense. We play single high safety 51% of the time, which means effectively going man for man. So if the opposition are playing with 3 wide receivers, you're basically going cornerback on each one with 1 safety covering, which gives you 7 in the box. So you're then part rushing 7 against 6, which gives you the extra man, which is why we're able to create such pressure. I think the pass rush of Atlanta's nowhere near as good as some of the other teams we've played this season. SL, Steelers, some of the like Jets, for example. Jets pass rush is still good, and I don't think the Falcons have necessarily got that. So I think defense is where we'll win it.
Okay. Well, we've got a split here between me and Finn because obviously Finn's gone with Daddy Punk and gone for the Falcons. I've gone for the Broncos as well at home. Yep. I'm not going to quote percentages because it doesn't really matter. But the Falcons are just kind of, I don't know, they've been treading water a bit lately. I think the Broncos are a little bit of a streak. They'll be feeling hard done by after that terrible play that they made to not kick a field goal. So yeah, they want to get some revenge. The other
It was
nine
horrendous.
it was a terrible play. What was Will Lutz thinking? On to the other
I mean, it was
905 game.
absolutely not on Will Lutz, but never
Why
mind.
was he not moving when the ball had been snapped already? That's
Well,
one
probably
thing.
because he expected his offensive line not to let 4 people
Why
through
would
it.
why would
But,
he expect
yeah.
that, Punk, when they haven't managed it several times already this season? So
Let's go. Let's
let's
not.
go. We wouldn't be for this. The other 905 game is the Seahawks at the 49ers, NFC West. Mark, tell me who you want to go for in this game.
Niners, just yeah, they're just better and they're at home, so easy.
Yeah, okay. Punk.
Sorry, Finn, but you're just far too inconsistent for my liking, and the Niners have got McCaffrey back, and he should be fully fit now. So, Niners for me.
Dave.
Niners. Tactical. I think if the Seahawks defense shows up, the one that we saw early on in the season, then I think there's a fairly good chance they win the game because I honestly don't think that the 49ers offense is that good. But I've just got no sort of guarantee that Seahawks defense is going to ball out. If they do, it could be a maul-in.
No
really
DK
could.
Metcalf necessarily either.
Who's he gone to this week?
Wow, yeah, could be going to the Falcons. You never know.
It was the Bucks, wasn't it? That was it.
Yeah, it was the Bucks last week.
Idiot. So, Hannah, this is going to be very interesting then. Who are you going for? Your Seahawks?
Obviously, I'm going for the Seahawks because obviously, however, it is begrudging. Although we're coming off a bye week, we're coming off a bye week, and we can't really get much worse. And
You're saying that in a room with a Broncos fan, a Patriots fan, and a Raiders fan. Come on. Preaching to the wrong choir here.
yeah, true. And a Steelers fan as well, like let's be
honest. You wish you had that record.
Yeah, I'd love to have
And
a winning
Russell
record
Wilson.
right now. No.
No.
Yeah, you do.
Full stop.
No one needs
No.
a Russell Wilson.
No one needs a Russell
Rather have
Wilson.
Deshaun Watson.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I also divisional games, so I always love watching us play the Niners because it's always good fun. But yeah, I'm going for Seattle purely because if you cut me, I bleed green and navy. One of them. Yeah. But I don't think it's going to be great.
Well, more than Finn does because he's picked the Niners in this game. So you're on an island, unfortunately, darling.
Yeah, good, fine.
He's done that for you.
You know how I feel about my island picks, Jim. Or that means Seattle's going to win. You're welcome.
Yeah. There's one game at 9:25, and that is what the NFL schedules must have been creaming over all season, and that is the Chiefs at the Bills. So, Dave, as you love both these teams, who are you going to go
I don't
for?
mind a bit. I don't mind Buffalo. I'm going to go Buffalo because it's in Buffalo. I think the key to this game is who gets up early. Historically,
Waking
we've
up?
seen No. Historically, we've seen Kansas fall behind, but have the might to be able to come back.
Yep.
I don't think that's the team. I don't think that's what they can do anymore.
They've been doing it
Um,
all this season. They've been
none,
down in
none
the
that they
fourth
haven't.
almost
Yeah,
every
yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But they've been down a score.
Yep.
That's
Okay, because their
but
defense is that
no,
good.
but what I'm talking about is when they've played Buffalo previously, they've been down 2 scores, 3 scores. I mean, there was a game against the Texans where they were down about 30 points or something and still came back and won. I just don't think they can do that.
Against Deshaun Watson, yeah. And Bill O'Brien.
It was a long, long time ago.
It was, yeah.
I
Texas
just
fans remember it.
I think if you look at them as no-name teams and don't make judgments based on who they are, the Buffalo Bills just feel a bit more rounded. Giving them the home advantage and the fact I've seen Kansas up close and they're not that good. I'm going to go Buffalo.
Okay. Hannah?
I'm going to go for the Bills as well. Because I it's a bit of a coin toss, but I would like to see the Bills win. I'd prefer to watch the Bills win.
We all have a toin toss over here. How about you, Punk?
For me, this is a fairly simple one. Look back over the last few years, the Bills win in the regular season, the Chiefs win in the playoffs. So I'm taking Buffalo.
I'm going to fact check that, but I think you might be
I
right.
wonder if the Patriots fans are going to pick the Bills now. So, Mark, who are you going for, sir?
Well, I've got a lot of love for both these teams.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'm going for the Bills. I think the Chiefs have been a bit jammy in quite more than one of their wins this year. And the Bills have to win this if they've got any hope of getting home field. They've got to win this game. It's gone if they lose this. I think this game has been their calendar ringed since the season was announced. Yeah, and being honest, I am desperate for anybody to beat the Chiefs.
I think that's a really good point, actually, Mark. That if Buffalo don't win this, then there is no way they're going to be able to get to the 1 seed for the
I don't think
playoffs.
anyone. I don't think anybody will
I
catch
think you're
them.
absolutely right. I think it's imperative that they knock the Chiefs off their perch and then hope that someone else gets the second one off them. But yeah, I hadn't thought of that, but yes, yeah, another reason to
Yeah,
pick the Bills.
yeah. So
To
yeah,
to fact check what Punk said about the Buffalo always winning in the regular season, Kansas have only won once in the regular season against Buffalo since 2015.
Yeah,
So
you see,
absolutely spot on. I mean, they've not won in the playoffs. They were getting mauled
I
in the
know,
playoffs,
but
but in the
this is
regular
regular
season,
season.
yeah, not once since 2015. So
Well, it's about time I jumped to another island then, because Finn has gone for the Bills. I'm not betting against those Kansas City Chiefs. Used to bet against the Patriots a lot, and I used to lose a lot of money. So, unfortunately, guys, this isn't a fairy tale where the good guy gets to win every time. Usually, the hero dies screaming in agony. So I'm going to go for the Chiefs.
You're admitting that the Chiefs are not the good guys; they're the evil.
The Chiefs can't be the good guys, right?
Amen to
okay,
that.
well, in
I
which
mean, I thought
case,
it was,
I'm going to double down on the Bills.
Yay!
Double down.
I thought it was a little bit harsh to say that Mahomes was going to lay down screaming, but
I think it's going to be a big win. I think the Bills are going to be
big.
so up for this. I reckon 10 points at least.
Yeah.
I like that.
But I'll take one, doubling down.
I think
You got
Mark is only allowed to double down and only gets the extra point if they win by 10. If they win by 9, you don't get it.
We'll give it to you, Mark. Don't worry.
No,
If
has
they win
to be
by
10.
15, you get a point and a half. I'll give you that. If
The,
they win by
the,
70, now you're talking.
no one's gonna win by 70 again, Dave. You've got that record.
We'll see.
So the Sunday night game, it's the Cincinnati Bengals at the Los Angeles Chargers. Hannah.
Sheepers. Bengals.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean, they
I
are
can't.
it's
I can't
basically a coin
elaborate.
flip. It's a coin toss, as you would call it, between those two teams on Sleeper. Punk, how about you?
This is the other one that I found really tricky to kind of figure out. I think the Chargers are consistently improving. I think they are playing good, balanced football, both sides. I, I, I'm gonna go Bengals. I've got a sneaky feeling they'll just score too many points. even though the defense isn't great and doesn't look like getting any better. I do think that Burrow's playing on a different level at the minute to most quarterbacks. So for me, I think the Bengals are going to put up too many points for the Chargers to keep pace. So yeah, Bengals.
Okay. Mark.
Yeah, Bengals. Similar reasons. They were very unlucky, I thought, to lose to the Ravens last week. Yeah, I mean, like Punk says, it's a difficult one, but yeah, I'm going to go Bengals.
Okay. Dave.
I agree with everything that's been said. I think it's a coin toss.
Toying.
Hannah, you got me saying it now. Coin toss game. But I'm going to go Chargers just because I think this game's won in the trenches, and I trust the lines both sides of the ball for the Chargers. And I'm not yet. One game hasn't made me buy into the Bengals.
Yeah. I'm going to join you on the Chargers. I think that the way to win this is not to play the Bengals game of a shootout.
Yeah.
And I think that Harbaugh's far too intelligent to get that game plan working for Cincinnati. So yeah, I'm going to go for Chargers, and I'm going to double down.
Ooh. Double down.
I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
confident.
Well, I'm doubling. No, I am. Finn has gone for the Bengals, so we have got a split there, obviously. And then we've got one more game to go, and that is the Monday night showdown of the Houston Texans at the Dallas Cowboys, the Battle of Texas.
Is this the worst Monday night football ever?
We've had some Jets games this season.
Even,
Mark,
but
as our special guest, will you play us out, sir? Who are you going for? And
Texans.
what? Yeah.
Just Texans. Cowboys suck at home. They're not that great away. So yeah, Texans.
Pull the blinds down on the cameras. We don't need to see this. Hannah, how
we
about
do.
you?
Oh, we absolutely do. Watch a team put 50 past Dallas. Yes, we need to watch this every day.
That
Didn't
was
say
literally
70,
what I
so
was going to
that's
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texans because Dallas suck, and I'm excited to watch them fail again.
Punk?
Joe Mixon will be licking his lips. So yeah, Texans for me.
Dave, you are, I guess, going for the Texans then?
Oh, whatever gives you that idea.
It's a sweep. Sweep.
This one's a coin toss again, but with a double-headed coin because I don't see any way whatsoever. Unless the only way that the Cowboys win this game is if the Texans give it to them. There's no way.
Dak. He's done for the season.
Trayvon Diggs needs a hat trick of interceptions for them to win this game.
I'm not even sure that would do. I'm really not. I don't see any way that they can win this game. What's the spread on it? Do we know?
Lots.
It's got to be about 70 points, right?
Going to be lots.
Dave's been great this season.
Someone to get 70 points.
Yeah, Dave's. Yeah, he
Anyone
went for a
else?
long
Not
time.
happening in Dave's lifetime, but he's going to wish for it every game.
Jokes on you because I'm not living that long. So yeah.
Yeah.
The point spread, I can tell you, it's only, good Lord, only 7.5.
Yeah.
Okay,
Wow.
everyone needs to back the spread.
Texans haven't been pouring it on lately, though. That's the real problem. They really need Nico Collins back to kickstart that offense. But yeah, that's a sweep because the Giants, the Cardinals, the Buccaneers, and Panthers are all on the bye week. We've been working very hard. They're all on the bye week now. Mark, thank you so much for coming and doing the picks, mate. Absolute pleasure having you on. And good luck for the Patriots for the rest of the season. Hope you finish above the Jets, at the very least. Are you hoping for, what is it? Maybe playoffs? I don't know. What's the kind of thinking
Greek,
right now?
No. We're just we're in that funny position, aren't we? Where we don't want to do too well because we want a reasonable pick next year. So we need a left tackle. So I think a few bloody noses. I want to leave the Bills alone because I want them to get the top seed. So yeah, if we can get another 2-3 wins, maybe pick in the top 10, that'd be a good season, I think.
Awesome.
I would love for the Patriots to get another 2 or 3 wins this season.
Oh, would you?
I would. I absolutely
Okay,
would because I don't see the Raiders getting another 2 or 3 wins this season. So that means
you want the draft
definitely
position.
going to have a nice draft pick.
There we go. There it is. There it is. Cheers, Mark. We'll let you go, mate.
All right, pleasure. Sweet.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Cheers,
Thanks,
Mark. Always a pleasure.
So there we go. That's the pod for this week. Thank you very much, Hannah, for coming on and doing the picks with us. Always a pleasure having you here. And yeah, we'll be back obviously next week to review what the hell happened in week 11 and then moving on to week 12. But until then, make sure you're checking us out on socials. Make sure you're interacting with us on patreon.com/finaldown, where you can get all of our stuff on there. But until next week, I've been Jim, that's been Punk Radar, that's been Never Dave, that's been Hannah, and thank you very much for listening.